The evangelist, you see, works on a storm of words, especially quoting from Scripture and asking you a question. Well, don't you think so and so? But it says in Scripture such and such. And your reply is, that's not what concerns me. What concerns me is that I have a peace and a trust in God that you don't seem to have, and I think you need. You see, this is the reality of your view. You know the reality of his view. He's telling it to you in a storm of words. He's indicated it by his passion, his determination. Now, he may not wish to hear what your view is. He only wants you to know his view. Thank you, I don't want it. I'll leave it with you. I mean, you can say to him, dear one, I know your view. I didn't find it remotely as satisfying as the view I have. And it's my view I would want for you, but I don't think you value it yet. So there's no meeting of our minds. Bless you. And that's it, you see. End of story. You're leaving him, of course, in the hands of God. Not your hands, you're a child. Just as he's a child, the only difference is you are following what you understand to be the Jesus story, and he's following his view of everything. But you don't want that view. And you're not in great need, whereas he seems to be demonstrating a great need to you. But then, of course, from his view, you're in a tremendous need. You need to be saved in the way that he thinks saving is. But you don't want that. So neither of you are wanting anything from the other. So you go on your way. Because we follow our wants. That's what a want is. Something that draws us to satisfy and do something. You don't have his want. You don't want what he has. He doesn't want what you have. You don't want what he has. There is a difference between you, from your point of view, in that he seems to be suffering. But then from his point of view, he thinks you're going to eternal damnation. So he's desperate to save you. But you're not desperate to save him because you're trusting God. He's not trusting God. He's trusting God only in the sense that he must save you from this ignorance that you seem to have of the reality of Scripture as he understands it. You're in deadlock. Just recognize you're in deadlock. You can because you're trusting God. He can't because he's been told to go out and save all the world. But he really must know in his heart that it's not going to be here and now and through him. But still, perhaps he doesn't know that yet, and he's still learning that big lesson. And you are part of the lesson. So you say to him point blank, you don't have what I value, dear one. I think I have what you value, but you don't seem to recognize it. We must part company. Bless you. But Jesus says in the story, so and so, and you can hear him. almost shouting it after you as you disappear off into your car or down the street. But that's better than trying to swamp him with words and conviction against his will. For a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You will have got nowhere, as indeed he has got nowhere, because you are everywhere already. But he doesn't know it, as you see it. This is your trust. I have everything. I have my heavenly dad. What more could I possibly need? Not only that, but in trusting such, I find overwhelming happiness and peace and assurance and hope and joy and love, etc., etc., etc. Thank you.